Alright, welcome back. This is Clauthia Ray. So this week I started off at 205.7. This is week 7. I am still on 2.5 milligrams. I'm about to show you me taking the shot, but this week I actually cut a lot of things out because you don't need to see all the details anymore. So it's going to be just a quick making sure that there's no air in the needle. And then I'll turn to the side here to make sure that you can see. And again, it's 0.5 on the needle that I'm using. So then it just takes a minute to make sure that it's all in, but it's 2.5 milligrams. Alright, so there we go. Now I'm gonna turn and do my body shots. I haven't noticed much difference. This is a few days after my cycle, just showing you the empty vial here, that it is still 2.5 and the vial is empty. I have not noticed much change this week, but that's okay because it's the first week after my cycle. I imagine that in the next few days I'm going to start dropping some of the water weight that you hold when you are on your cycle that causes you to be bloated, but it's been 204, 205 this week consistently, and that's okay. So when I do my body shots now, again, I do feel smaller, and I think my waist is definitely getting smaller, which is the most important part that I was trying to attack, the piece that I've been having the strongest part in my life working on. So starting to look a little even there in the back and the arms. You can see a difference. Week 8 I will do the full shot, where I go from week 1 to week 8. So there's the famous belly shot there, just showing it all, the biggest area that I'm trying to work on. And there you go. So that's week 7, my Zepbound journey. Thank you so much for watching. Alright, so now I am talking about my showing you that the pants that I previously wore, these were actually too tight, and now they're a lot looser. So I'm going to show you me trying on some scrubs. And it's funny because what you think you look like or feel like is actually, I'm happy I recorded this because the first outfit I'm going to show you is a cartoon shirt and some burgundy pants. And I thought the cartoon shirt was too tight. It felt snug and tight on me. I didn't like how it felt tight on my arms, tight on my breasts, and tight on my back. So I was like, I won't go with it, just because it felt tight to me, not looking at it, but how I felt. And I don't want to feel uncomfortable when I'm at work or doing anything. So I was like, in my mind, I wouldn't go with this one. And then I thought this burgundy one looked the best. And I was like, I'm going to go with this one. Because it was nice and loose, it wasn't tight, it fit me good, and gave me room to grow. But I guess that's not the thing that I'm going for anymore. But what I was doing is I thought this one looked the best. So then I tried on the blue one, and I didn't like the blue one because the blue one felt more snug on me and tight. And so I had made up my mind that I wasn't going to get the blue one. My daughter is recording for me here, but I had made up my mind I wasn't going to get the blue one. And then when I actually looked back at the film, the blue one actually looked nice. And so that just goes to show you how you feel and how you think you look. You know, we always talk about the mentality of this, or people, when they get smaller, they still have a problem because body image, right? So I thought I looked better with the looser, baggier outfit, but the tighter fitting ones actually look better. So now I'm just taking you along with me a couple of times. I had a wedding this weekend, so I do wedding photography on the side, so just taking you to the wedding. That's what I did this Saturday this week, as well as just working. Excuse me, I have a cold, so forgive me. But yeah, so just showing you I shoot with a Sony A7. I love Sony. Also love DG. I'm not a Canon shooter, but enjoy it. So alright, here I'm going to show you the things I typically eat in a day, and then there are just a few shots of the week, looking at my face and body as it's been evolving and changing. So I hope you enjoy. But this is typically what I snack on and eat throughout the week. Just snacking basically and eating. And I usually will eat 1 or 2 meals a day, or one meal broken up into 3 smaller meals. But here is my weekly food. I heard that these people are going to be a little wild and crazy, so it should be a very fun event. I always love weddings. It is a very cool part of my day. Each and every time I hear this vows over and over and over again. I think I've shot 240 something weddings, and listening to God's words never feels old, so that's pretty cool. I do love that part of my job. Nostalgically, it feels good, but we should be partying tonight. I am here from 2 to 11, so that is my Saturday. I will chat with you guys later. All right, good morning. This is Clauthia Ray. Welcome to the Quiet Room. So today, week 7, I'm going to talk about a career shift that I didn't expect. So I'm not going to go into my whole life story. I just wanted to talk about where I am right now. I was an educator for 22 years, and I stopped in June after losing my mother and my sister. I honestly didn't know what I wanted to do with all my degrees and all my education. What I did know was that I wanted to do something more impactful, something with psychology, with my psychology background. And I knew I wanted to work with adults. I didn't want to go back to teaching high school chemistry. I wanted to do work that mattered in a different way. Literally, work would matter in a different way. That's what led me to The Cost of Light, my memoir about my childhood, and then helping me build Raystone Retreats. Raystone Retreats is a wellness center for Black women and couples where I hope to take all of the knowledge and years of experience that I had and help pour into you and make your life different, better, and that you make my life better. So when I started working on Raystone Retreat, it came together so effortlessly. It was so easy. It's like the best puzzle I've ever built in my life. And I did all of it in 6 months after choosing to leave education. I didn't know a lot of things about what I wanted, but I knew some key things. And those key things was that I wanted it to be revolved around intimacy. I wanted it to be around behavior. And I wanted it to have things like yoga and sound therapy in it. Why behavior? So a long time in psychology, and when I wanted to go to medical school to be a psychiatrist, I thought I wanted to do psychiatry or become a counselor. I learned that I didn't want to do psychiatry because I don't want to just only focus on the medical side of it, the medicinal side. And nor do I want to just sit on the couch and talk to you about problems and life just continues. So behavior was it for me because there's so much wrong in the life of an African American. This is my own judgment, so I'm not a doctor. I don't have I don't have all the answers, but I think changing our behaviors is so important. And that's why I'm starting with my own Zepbound journey and sharing it with you guys. Because the life, I keep telling you, the life that I built didn't start now when I opened up this channel on December 12th. The life that I built has started a long time ago, even before I was an adult. So that's what led me to Raystone Retreat and why it's so important to me. So this year, I stopped working June 1st. I enjoyed it completely for the first time because for the first 30 years of my life, I never had somewhere to go to or somewhere to work for. I didn't feel that sense of stress and that sense of need. And because of that, it let the creativity in me flow. It let my choices be less chose by chaos and need, and more choices by what I wanted and what I needed. But by October and November, guys, the real world started kicking in, and our finances needed some help. So I decided I didn't want to go back to school, but what do I do? I started applying to all kind of jobs, and I wasn't getting anything. I even applied back to schools when I got nervous. But then I started applying for entry-level psych jobs. I have a master's in education and in psych, and almost 20 years in the classroom and 7 years out as a leader. But I still started applying at entry level because I didn't have the skills, and I was unsure of how to tweak my resume and tweak my skills to apply. Now I know I actually can apply them all out. But all of this was for a good reason. So not only did it lead me to wanting to start my Zepbound journey and change myself from the inside out, this whole experience, but it led me to a complete career shift, which is why I'm talking to you today. So in that chaotic time, as far as income concerned, I started driving Uber. And I actually liked driving Uber, guys. And I had driven Uber part-time to get my 2 degrees. It's what I used to pay for my degrees because I went to medical school before, so I have a lot of student loans. So I didn't want to get loans. So grad school was paid for through Ubering while I was a teacher. So it was something I was familiar with and comfortable with. And I love the idea that I could turn it on when I wanted to, and I had never done it full time. So when I started doing it full time, guys, I was making $800 to $1,200 a week for 30 hours a week. That's more than I brought home as a teacher. So it made me think that I could do this and build my business and be a writer and a content creator at the same time and not have someone have demands on my job, on my time. The only thing that was missing was insurance and benefits, of course. But I believed in what I was doing, so I was really going to try it. I did go on several interviews. I went on interviews in the hotel industry. I went on interviews in the airline industry. Because Raystone Retreats is built around travel, I thought it would be great to have a travel job. I got a few offers, but none of them matched my soul and my spirit. So then when I got into the psychology search, I looked for a qualified mental health professional and something called a registered behavior technician. So the one that I took was the lowest paying of them all. It only paid $17 an hour. And guys, everything in my spirit said, reject this, reject this, reject this. You could make more doing Uber or other things. But when I got the job, it all made sense. I always say God knows what he's doing. We're just playing catch up. So when I got this job, guys, I loved it. It was like everything I ever wanted to be, and I stopped living outside. I stopped living inside and started being able to live out loud. One of the first things was this training is all about, I took notes because I wanted to be specific, so forgive me. One of the first things was this training is all about people. For the first time when I was helping autistic children and helping their families, it feels so rewarding. And I love teaching chemistry, physics, biology. I love teaching those things because I truly love science. But you are forcing people to learn in the educational world. I am forcing to play in a system that believes I'm small or hires someone over me or chooses race over me or all kind of things. I am forced to deal with so much in an educational system that I'm not actually dealing with the concept of learning. As a registered behavior soon to be technician, but right now I'm just a behavior technician. I'm not registered yet. I take my test next week. I'll keep you guys updated. But as I'm transitioning into this role, watching people's face and smiles and watching parents smile, it feels amazing. And someone who wants what you do, that right there just feels like gold. I love the team that I work with. Majority of them are a bunch of 20-year-olds, but they're amazing, have great spirits and great hearts. And it's why I wanted to major in psychology in the first place. I just never used it. So this $17 an hour, y'all, it had me stuck at hello because it's such a big, the last job I had, I was making $85K a year. So to go to $17 an hour was such a big shock to my system. But okay, so $17 an hour was such a big shock to my system. But I'm going to tell you why God is always bigger and always better. $17 trumps $85K, and I'm going to tell you how. So I start out at $17 an hour. Once I pass my test, which prayerfully I will next week, then I'll make $19 to $21 an hour. And because I already have a master's degree, I'm in line to become a Board Certified Behavior Analyst, which is where my heart originally wanted to be in neuroscience and behavior. So I can do it with only 7 classes, and those 7 classes take you less than a year, and my job actually provides supervised hours, which a lot of people have to pay for supervised hours. So I'm going to be able to get my supervised hours and become a Board Certified Behavior Analyst, which is all built in my Raystone Retreats. I don't believe your business grows overnight, so this is just my 3 to 5 year plan to grow my business and know where I want to be. But all of this, I feel like, is God-led. So that is just so amazing for me. Okay, lastly, I'm still at 204 this week. The scale has not moved. Remember, I just stopped that 11-day cycle, which was crazy. But I do have some footage of me trying on scrubs because I get to wear scrubs. And y'all, I'm going to tell you my favorite part about this job was that I am required to wear tennis shoes. And I am such a casual girl. I love holy jeans and sandals. That's how I live. But I was always told in my other worlds that it wasn't professional. Here to be told that I have to dress like this because the environment that you're going to be in, you have to be authentic, you have to be you, and you have to be creative because autistic kids can read through that, and be yourself feels so amazing. Just the benefit of that, y'all, feels amazing. It trumps the $17 an hour. So I feel like my body and the movement, it will be everything I want to live out loud, if that makes sense. So I'm so excited about this transition. And then the last thing that I wanted to share with you guys this week, on top of all the food I ate this week, I have pictures in there. Of course, I'll have my body shot for you guys, and the scale was at 204.5, I believe. Since then, it's been like 202. I am hoping I get to Wonderland before the end of 8 weeks. But some really good news for you. My dietitian and Weight Watchers finally approved me to move to 5 milligrams. So I am debating. I have my 8th shot left, my 8th vial of 2.5. I am strongly considering starting at 5 milligrams and saving that 2.5 for later when I'm on maintenance. Let me know what you guys think, if any of you done that. So that's what I plan to do. I will let you know next week in week 8. And next week in week 8, I also plan on doing a full scale of all the pictures and then what the scale did all the time with some of the side effects, some things I did, and what. Also, I'll be starting insurance in March, since I have an actual job again now. So remember, guys, an entrepreneur still has a job. It's just insurance is handled differently. I could go to the marketplace and get insurance now. I'm just not choosing to. So I'll just wait until March when I get insurance, or I could add myself on my husband's insurance. Again, I'm just not choosing to, and I'll just wait until March when I get insurance, and then that'll change what I'm financially paying for Zepbound, and I will keep you guys posted. So that's it. That's all I wanted to share with you guys. My 7th week, some exciting news coming in my home and in my time. It's also why I've been kind of behind on posting, because I'm studying and training and working. So right now I'm actually working 2 jobs because I'm still working Uber at night, so that we can stack, so that by the time I get to the higher income, then I can just relax. So I'm giving myself January, maybe February, don't quote me on that, but January to work 2 jobs to kind of stack. And then also I can work Saturdays in my job, which puts me back at my teacher income with overtime. Yes, I'm working more, but if you're a teacher, you know we always worked more. So that is my week 7. As always, thank you so much for watching The Quiet Room. This has been Clauthia Ray. Bye. Thank you so much for watching. If you have made it to the end, I've actually added a little piece from week 8. So week 8, Weight Watchers approved me for 5 milligrams, so I was able to bump up. So I'm so excited about that. I'm showing you where I took the shot because this time I did it in my thigh, and I didn't have shorts with me, so I didn't do video because then I'd be too exposed. So I'm just showing you where I put the needle at in my thigh on this picture here. And then I'm already at 201 on the scale, so then I'll show you that also. So thank you so much for coming along this journey with me. I am Clauthia Ray. This is The Quiet Room. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you know when I upload, as well as make a comment. It really does help me go a long way. So thank you so much for watching.